Hello there, guys, girls, gamers, everyone. It's me, GenuineParts, and welcome to a brand new visual novel that will take the place of Bionic Heart 2. And it's not a Bionic Heart game, which is fantastic. If My Heart Had Wings, a visual novel. I'm going in blind. I just read the description on Steam. I think it's $15. I would inform you about this game, but I'm not informed at all. I just know the description. It sounded interesting. Has good reviews. Let's try it out. It can't possibly be worse, can it? I'm looking forward to it. Let's start this. Welcome. I got an achievement that says welcome. Let's see. A bicycle road race is known as a really hard sport. The hill climb in the middle is hell too. What's that? While putting strain on every muscle in your body, you have to continue pedaling without any brakes to climb the steep hill. At that time, I always think, I can't do this anymore. I'll make this race my last. Even though I think that every time, in the end, I still take part in the next race. I've endured severe training so that I don't put my feet down halfway through the hill climb. Why do I do that? Because once I finish the hill climb, I am waiting for my reward. I'm waiting for my reward. Well, that's a downhill passage. Nothing compares to the feeling of cutting through the wind as I race down the downhill section. I know, at blistering speed. At that moment, I feel an incredible rush. And then I realize that I have forgotten about everything. The pain of the hill climb, the strain on every muscle in my body, and the days of hard practice. It's not a matter of whether I win or lose the race. I just enjoy it. And that's why I continue to ride. That's how it should have been. Did he fall? He, she, it, I don't know. Did he crash? I still didn't have much life experience at that time, and it was something beyond my imagination. Suddenly, without warning, something was taken from me. I could also say shut away or lost. However, to directly express the emotion I felt at that time, taken is the word that fits best. So there was one thing that I learned. Life isn't about having fun. I gained a lesson in life. The thing I lost was everything. I let myself get depressed about this, but I should have thought about this a little more. If something could be taken from me so abruptly, and something could be given to me just as suddenly. The wind blew. A gentle but strong wind. It would not be unreasonable to call it an encounter. But this could be the start of. Even now, there's still no way for me to know. That's a nice 3D animated windmill. Wind farm. The windmill is turning. People are overwhelmed just because of the size of such enormous things. This unnatural salute serves a function, but those who don't know what that is, it would appear to be something very bizarre. That's a whole lot of exposure and not exposure because we don't know what was taken from him. and it doesn't say anything about what this has to do with anything. With so many lined up like this, but I like the music. It could be said to be even more overwhelming. But why is that? The sight of the white windmills lined up on the green hills somehow seemed so picturesque. Aoi, this is amazing! To think that something like this could be made! At the very least, 5 years ago, there was nothing here, just a wide open space. I heard they were going to build a large-scale renewable energy research facility. The cell phone in my pocket vibrated to tell me I had received a text. It's from Anchan. Anchan? Anchan? To Aoi. Aoi. Aoi? Did you arrive here already? Sorry, I couldn't come to meet you. No, I didn't. I didn't mean to minimize it. My name is written using a Chinese character read as Aoi. Let me... Her background music is pretty loud. Okay. Where's playback background music volume? Can I... Difficult character and it's often mistaken for Midori. Can I, text, message speed? Let's get the message a bit faster. Yeah. That's good. Incidentally, whether it is Aoi or Midori is often mistaken for a girl's name, which causes a few problems. I'll quickly write a reply. I hardly ever use text, so I find the key touch awkward to use. I got here a little too early, so I'm just going for a stroll. The windmills are amazing. Okay, sent. The reply came quickly. They're great, aren't they? It's the new famous spot of Kasegura. If you have any problems, contact me anytime. Kasegura? That's all Chinese or Japanese? I can't really spell that stuff. I'm terribly sorry. Anchan? Thank you, Anchan. I sent the text. I sat down on the grass. As I sat down. This place is on the hillside, so from where I was able to gaze at the lake and the town that stretches across the opposite bank. The rapid redevelopment of the town of Kasegura meant that the remnants of the old buildings from the Showa area are intermingled with the modern architecture. The view expressed both the past and the future at the same time. A paper plane. Something white flitted across my field of vision. For a moment it looked like one of the windmill blades had come flying off, but there's no way that could happen. It's a paper airplane? I got up and headed down the slope to look for it. The paper airplane, gliding gently, eventually lost its momentum and descended. Gotcha! I ran ahead of it, did a small jump and caught it in mid-air. Where did this come flying from? Judging by the direction, it had come from the top of the hill. At a time and place like this, could there be someone here besides me? I took the paper airplane with me as I climbed up the slope. Just as I was able to see the top. Whoa. Another one? A sudden gust of strong wind blew the paper airplane out of my hand. Ah, hey, wait! I chased after the paper airplane and ran up the slope. It's a quiet game. If my heart had wings. I just assume, because that's the title of the game and it looks like the front of the title. First contact. Just as I finally caught it. First contact is the achievement I just got. That's a futuristic wheelchair. Oh, there was someone at the top of the hill. It was a girl sitting in a wheelchair. In a very, very futuristic wheelchair. That's like the Knight Rider of wheelchairs. Looking fleetingly into the distant sky, a sudden breeze blew her hair and she combed it back with her fingers. Against the background of the blue sky and windmills that spread across my view, the girl's black hair and white blues looked incredible. It was as if I was looking at a completed work of art. Art. Girl? The girl noticed me. At first I thought I should make an excuse for why I was here. It was like I had stepped into her world without permission, and I started to feel guilty. What's that sound she makes? She's not saying anything. Some guy had just suddenly appeared, so perhaps she's being cautious. To show her the reason why I'd come here, I held out the paper airplane. Did you throw this? She's embarrassed. She makes quite strange sounds, if I say so myself. The moment she saw us, her facial expression stiffened. She looks like she's welling up. Suddenly, tears appeared in those delicate eyes. Her what? The tears that had welled up in her corners of her eyes came running straight down. So it got to you. As I watched, great big tears came rolling down her cheeks. Hey. Without thinking, I walked up beside her. What's wrong? You hurt somewhere? She shakes her head. As she shook her head, she touched the hand I had unconsciously held out as if she was clinging to it. Her hand was small and trembling. I was scared. Squeezed it. She gently squeezed my hand. It's okay now. I didn't even know what the situation was. However, as I answered, I squeezed her hand back. Quack, quack? Chicken? Question mark. What the heck is going on? I'm so confused right now. This is so surreal. I'm sorry. Peck, peck, peck. What the fuck? What is going on? Ow, ouch! Before I knew it, there was something like a chicken at my feet, and all of a sudden it started pecking me. Oh my god. Ow, that hurts. What is this thing? Stop that hat. Hatto is hat. Wow, I learned something today. Hat, as it was called, calmed down at her command. Quack. Okay. Is it a duck? Well, what do you guess? With a yellow beak and white feathers, it was a duck that looked like a chicken. For some reason, it was wearing a hat. Well, maybe the namesake. I'm sorry, it's because I was crying. It seems like he mistakenly thought that you made me cry. Ah, so this is how surprising it is to be suddenly attacked by an animal. However, thanks to that, it looked like she had stopped crying. Is a towel okay? Huh? I don't carry a handkerchief around with me. But you carry a towel? As I said that without waiting for her to reply, I took a hand towel out of my bag. Of course it had been washed, so it was clean. Why are you carrying a towel? I mean, aside if you're a big fan of the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy, there is no reason why you should have a towel with you all the day. Don't know, maybe that's Chinese, Japanese, whatever. I don't even know if this is a Chinese or Japanese game. I'm terrible. I should inform you guys about what is going on in this game, and here I am, laughing my ass off because, oh god. Thank you. Why were you crying? If it hurt somewhere.
そうじゃないわ。
That's not it. She answered. She pointed at one. As she answered, she pointed to one of her wheels of her wheelchair. I don't see anything unusual. Oh, it's flat. Ah! Her wheel is flat. It had lost its air and had collapsed. You got a flat tire? Because of that, I've been stuck here. I've been here for an hour already. That's a terrible thing to happen. Just a mere flat tire, for her it's like having her legs taken away. Don't you have a cell phone? I left it in my room. She answered, dismayed. That's why I thought of another way to call for help. That way, if there's someone who can get my SOS and come here for me. I hope that someone gets my. I hope that someone gets my. I send an SOS to the world. I'll send an SOS to the world. SOS? Oh, this! I think, is that Chinese? That looks like Chinese. I mean, he said something about Chinese before. And as I remember, the Chinese characters are pretty pointy. But don't take my word for it. I could be I'm talking right out of my behind right now. I opened the paper airplane and it's still in my hand. I'm in trouble. Someone help me. I'm on Windmill Hill. So when someone arrived, carried the paper airplane, she felt relieved and started to cry. Now, she was fine, but until just now, she was shaking. That must be how scared she was. Hold on a moment. The bag at my feet rustled as I rummaged around inside it. When she saw the tools that I had taken out, she seemed confused. Would it be okay for you to get out for a moment? Why? I'm gonna fix it. You can't go anywhere if you have a flat tire, can you? Well, yes, but would you be able to give me a hand? Well, I hope he figured that one out himself. Of course, getting out of the wheelchair is not easy for her. What should I do? From the methods I've seen on TV, the care workers do it by embracing them from the front. Well, that's uncomfortable. We both looked as we imagined that situation and froze. I think I'll do it myself. Excuse me a moment. Huh? Eee. As I put my arms around her sides to her back, I suddenly lifted her up. Oh, she's too light. Because she was much lighter than I expected, there was a bit too much momentum. Oh god! Oh my god, please don't! Are you throwing her down the hill? Oh no! I'm sorry, I just imagined him flinging her completely off the hill. Up. Before she could grasp the situation, I put her down on the soft grass. What are those sounds? Please tell me that people over there don't make those sounds in real life. I'll have it done soon, so hold on a moment. Well, she's not going anywhere. But doom, I'm going to help for this joke. Oh, that's me. Oh wow, I look like, well, a normal person. Sure, they made it the same way as bicycle tires. No way! I immediately started on the repairs. Well, maybe, sorry. It's probably the reason why I am a bit sarcastic about that stuff. I work with someone in a wheelchair. He's absolutely the most brilliant person ever. He has no bicycle wires on there. That's he has his full rubber tires. They don't go flat. So sorry if I, sometimes. She's behind me, so I can see her expression, but I had a feeling I was being stared at with contempt. As I was quietly working, the duck was waddling around me and pecking at the soil. It has a name. Is the duck your pet? No, he isn't. We're housemates. Is that the dating sim with the birds? Housemates? I thought I'd go outside and he started to follow me. Hato. Hato. Hato means hat. That's good. You'll get left behind. The dude duck recognized their own names. When he's calling, he responds by turning around. Hey, he's pretty smart. Yes, he is. That's why he's so much trouble. He's always getting into mischief. As I looked at the duck, I saw her legs laid out on the grass in my field of vision. You are a filthy pervert! So she can't move them? Well, there are a number of reasons why people need to use a wheelchair. Well, thanks. But it looked like she had a disability in her legs. Yeah, because people who can walk and, you know... When I picked her up just now, her body stiffened up with surprise, but there was no strength at all in her legs. Well, maybe she's a quadrat... Maybe... Yeah. The duck returned from its little excursion. While walking around her, he would occasionally try to jump on her lap. Get off me, she said as she made him get down again. As I watched this exchange from the corner of my eye, I fixed the flat tire. Boys are great, aren't they? They always walk around with those kind of tools. That's not really the case, though. I sometimes carry them with me. This is the first time I sat on the grass in ages. It's soft and it feels nice. As she said that, she made a little sound as she stretched. This is a nice place, isn't it? Yeah, it is. I can see it from my window. I wanted to come here just once. The wind blows through here. No, wait! 5 years ago, there were no windmills though. 5 years ago? I've just come back to this town. Oh, really? She directed her gaze at something far away. So you've come back to your hometown? Yeah. She suddenly looked down and seemed lonely and strangely sad. That girl, that's pretty sad all the time. There was an awkward silence as I continued working. Quack. The duck twisted its neck to look up at the sky. What is it, Hat? Hatu? She was tempted to look up too. I wonder what that is. What's what? Something is flying. There was something floating in the air. It was crossing the lake and gradually getting closer. Oh, it's an airplane, a sailplane. Sailplane? No. At first I thought it was a paper airplane that had come, that she had thrown coming back to us, but it wasn't. It crossed the lake and eventually reached the air above the small hill where we were. An airplane? It's not paper, it's a real plane. But what is this? Its silhouette is much thinner than any plane I know, and the wings are really big. They don't know those planes, okay. It's a glider. No doubt about it, it's a glider. A glider? You never heard of a glider, where did you come from? I repeated the name as if to confirm it, then looked to the sky once more. With its big white wings and white silhouette, it reminded me somewhat of a seagull. Hey look, it's turning. It's so pretty. The glider is continuing to turn leisurely above our heads. Who is he that he never saw a glider? Or heard about one? Or read about one? It's flying ever so slowly. Of course, it doesn't have any trust. As it's proceeded, it has trust issues. Slowly across the blue sky, it seemed to be floating rather than flying. To fly on the wind like that, It looks like it would feel nice. Yeah. It's coming down. The turning glider looks as if it had given up on rising and came down towards the top of our hill. I mean, it's not like it was coming down to land. It was just reducing its altitude. Why don't we try waving? They might notice us. Yeah. She earnestly stretched out her hand and waved towards the white aircraft floating in the sky. Hey! Quack. I think I'm done for today. That duck. I wouldn't fly there with a glider. I don't know if the pilot noticed us or not. Let's save here. You know what? I'll save here. And I thank you so much for watching. It's a new series, so I do my spiel. If you like the series, if you like this video, leave a like. If you have any questions, any stuff you want to tell me, you want to ask something, you want to suggest a game, just go ahead, leave a comment. And if you have nothing else to do and you like this stuff, then hit the subscribe button. And I thank you ever so much, and I wish best regards from the parts. Bye!
You